How are we feeling about just return to the office in general? I think a lot of us have been tracking the Kastle Systems return to the office barometer.
Yeah, COVID has been the best thing for Kastle Systems.
Hasn't it,
I
though?
mean, I invested in their stock. No, I'm kidding, but that's the most we've ever heard about security access cards ever. Sorry.
Yeah, they've got a pretty neat tool, and clearly the statistics are improving.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Kastle tracks the security swipes at the buildings, the garages coming into the building, and Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, and Houston have led the country for basically 8 or 10 months, and utilization's up over 50% already. And like we were talking about, we think probably September you're going to see another move up significantly and a move towards 100%. So it's great data, and it's great for DFW.
So just adding to that, Kastle tracks 10 major cities in the U.S. That's their index, and the 3 Texas markets are right around 50%. The next closest in the number 4 slot is Philadelphia at like 27%. So there's a big disparity there. What do we attribute that to? Anybody?
I'll go first. Yeah, I mean, I think that it's no secret to those of us here in the room that Texas is a very business-friendly climate. We've talked a lot about that pre-COVID, and we've been talking about it even more since COVID kind of shut things down last year. I think that we responded as a state in a way that really reflects that business, that pro-business environment. We, while the rest of the country was trying to figure out what to do, and some of the owners that we were talking about were relegated to their basements in New Jersey or the suburbs of Chicago, we really started coming back to the office in June of last year. We put on our masks, we washed our hands, and we did what we needed to do to get business back on track here. And that's a big part of, I think, the optimism that we all feel, is that we all just kind of figured it out and tried our best to try and move our businesses forward.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to add to that. So, we have a lot of national accounts, and, one of the things when I'm talking to my colleagues is they're like, oh, this client is looking at Texas, and it's because they've seen how much we've opened up. But not only that, but how much we've also vaccinated. I mean, our numbers in Dallas are, some of the highest in the country when you really look at, the statistics. And we want to be in, business. We want to get back to the office. I think that, when it first started, everybody's like, oh, I get to stay home. I can go work out when I want to. I can walk the dog. And then, the fatigue really set in. And, people want to see people. They want to be with them. They want to have a sense of culture in their, and we started to lose that being, at home and sitting at our desk. And, they want to come into the office, but they also want to come in on their terms.
Yeah, I think another key differentiator is the density and the mass transit aspect. So we're less dense urban areas, less dense suburban areas, and less reliance on mass transit. This is a car town. Folks could jump in their car, get to work. So.